Well, it's that time of year. We're getting ready to do some early planting. There are going to be some peas and other things in here. So this is my sort of smaller testing garden, early garden. And what I've done here is I've made a couple trenches that I'm going to put potatoes in. And I've planted different, you can sort of see the lines and some of the peas that are still sticking up. So those have all been planted. I did some carrots, some beets, onions, 3 different kinds of peas. So those are all good. And then I'm going to cover them with this material. So they'll get covered over the rows. It'll help protect them down to roughly around, I think it's 26 degrees if it goes that cold. This section's the garlic. Every one of those you see is a garlic that I planted last fall. These will, they're big feeders. I usually leave that straw from when I covered them. And there'll be hundreds of garlics if all goes well. This section of the garden I've been chopping up and turning, so now it's I flattened it out with a York rake. Next will be another flipping, a flattening, and then a rototilling, and then this will all be set to get planted for probably in another week or two. I'll start planting some more peas, anything that can deal with a little bit cooler weather, potatoes, and you can see in the distance, Burke's still got snow. It's the first asparagus that's popped. So that means the others in this bed won't be too far behind. This is the garden I did yesterday. So today it's less windy, so I put the fabric down. And what this fabric does is it'll help keep the ground warmer, and it'll actually go down to, I think, keep anything below till 26 degrees. So this is early peas, onions, more peas, and I did this one as an experiment. There's 2 rows of peas in there that I didn't cover because I want to see what the germination rates are. So there's peas in the other ones, but none in that one. So we'll see if it makes a difference with warming and keeping the ground warm. There's carrots and beets, and well, it's an experiment. You may have guessed by now I like to experiment. Oh, potatoes are over there. Yeah, this one. There's 100 feet of potatoes, and those are going to be just little red potatoes. Today, well, it's kind of gray and cloudy and not snowing, but today was a big coffee roasting day. Had a lot of coffee to get ahead, orders to go get ready. So tomorrow I've got to bring coffee to a bunch of places. So I really can't complain. It's been good. Hopefully, I got quite a few meetings this week. So parent-teacher group, Chamber of Commerce, a couple Chamber of Commerce ones. But it is what it is. get it out. I'm going to do this a lot. I'm delivering coffee to somebody who wrote to me last night, and they're good customers. So I had the coffee, it's already roasted. All I had to do was bag it up and deliver it. And the delivery part of this coffee operation business is really a big part of it. I don't know if it's, you know, solely because of COVID, or whether it's, I kind of have a feeling it has a lot to do with that people appreciate getting fresh coffee. They can, you know, get it whenever. And I realize it's a hard thing because, you know, you have your coffee in the morning or whenever, you get done, and it's sort of like out of sight, out of mind. It's like, you know, when you're driving your car in the rain and you go, oh, I need windshield wipers. Well, then when it stops raining, you're like, oh, I don't know. So I know coffee's the same thing. So being able to deliver it within reason. I think last year we did 4,000 or 5,000 miles just, you know, around here delivering coffee. So I'm hoping in probably 3 weeks we're going to start doing the farmers market again, and then hopefully that will increase business again. And one of the other things is I'm working on figuring out a way to have sort of like a customer referral type thing. So if somebody refers somebody else, they both get a benefit off that, and then hopefully that'll get a few new customers too. We'll see. I just went by this building being put up. It looked like a post and beam, but I'm really amazed that how much construction stuff is going on, considering that, you know, a friend of mine who owns a lumberyard told me the other day that building material costs, at least around here, have gone up 325%. So basically, like if you're building a garage, before this would have been a third of the cost. And another person I know was saying that septic tanks, which have nothing to do, as far as I can see, with anything in that realm, it's not wood or whatever, are also up $500. Why? I don't know. And why are people paying? You know, why are they not just saying, no, I'm not going to do this now. Thanks. I'll wait. I'll keep my money and wait till prices go down. Yeah, so that whole construction thing, I don't understand it. Why people are spending that kind of money. I mean, if you've got, wads and wads, and you don't really care, that's one thing. But, you know, I don't think everybody's in the wads and wads department of extra money. So how are they affording this? Why are they just saying, okay, I know this project probably was 3 times more than it should have been. You know, I had some people that I brought coffee to, and they're doing a little project. And where they are, they said the contractor had to go get a sheet of 1/2-inch plywood. Not good stuff, just plywood. And it was $75 a sheet. I mean, that's insane. So when you look at like sheets of plywood on the outside of a building or that kind of thing, where are they getting this money from? They're taking out loans because they're low interest. I just don't get it. So I don't understand it. Luckily, I don't have anything that I'm building, really. But hey, and everybody I know who's a contractor is pretty much flat out busy, which is a good thing. And the coffee ready to be handed over to somebody. Wow, I know who it is. Remember the bourbon whiskey barrel that I got last week? Well, that's going fairly well. The smell, I mean, when you open that up and you stick your head in there, if you take more than like 1 or 2 breaths, like, it's like, ooh, it's like really strong. So it does seem to be imparting some of the bourbon, whiskey, smoky flavoring into that, those coffee beans. So, you know, I'm going to wait another at least 2 weeks before I do anything with that. And then after that, I'll, you know, make a decision. Probably pull some of it, roast it, and see how it comes out. So I've got probably a month or so before I can even really test it, but that's okay. I did buy a bag of, it's supposed to be bourbon infused, blah, blah, blah. And you know, the price was about right. The bourbon one I'm going to do, because of the cost of the beans, the cost of the barrel, etc., is going to be more expensive than the other coffees. It's just how it's going to be. But the one we bought, I tried and this morning, and it's more of a artificially flavored coffee and not so much infused with natural. I think, you know, the bag says may contain natural and artificial flavors. I think it's got more of the artificial flavor than natural. So we'll see how that experiment comes out. And then probably later today, I'm going to be experimenting with putting hops into cold brew. I bought some. I don't know how that's going to go. Oh, I bought some hops online from a company on the other side of Vermont. And the guy writes me and he says, thanks for your purchase. Good luck with the beer making. I said, I'm not making beer, I'm making cold brew. Oh, really? And he said, I've never heard of that, but okay. I know they make coffee stout. So I said, oh yeah, I work with a guy in St. Johnsbury, a brewer, and we make a coffee stout. And he's like, oh, I know him. Pretty soon I'm getting an email from him, the brewer, saying, oh yeah, if you need any help trying to figure out what hop is going to work in there and how much, just let me know. We can have a phone call. It's a small world. Coffee delivered and coffee paid for. So, you know, a lot of the transactions I do now are with credit card, debit card. Some of it is cash or check, but that's becoming more of a rarity. And there was actually, what was it? It was some business I was at the other day. They won't take a check or cash anymore. They only take debit or credit cards. And I thought that was kind of odd, but maybe it's a health thing, you know, because basically money is dirty. You know, carries tons of everything. I guess lives on there for a while. But I was kind of amazed that they would say it's debit, credit, no checks, no cash. It seemed a little odd. I know there's going to be all kinds of changes due to the pandemic, and you know, one of them coming up that I've started seeing is that restaurants and businesses like that are now saying you get a discount or money off or a free drink or whatever if you come in and show that you've been fully vaccinated. You know, businesses are desperate to get people to come back, and I'm not sure how that's going to go. You know, are they going to? Are they going to go back in the same numbers? I'm really not sure on that one. But you know, one of the other things that's potentially going to happen is I could see sort of, you know, with so many people who are refusing to get vaccinated, I can see potential problems with, say, a business is going to say, no, you have to have, like an airline say, you have to have proof of being vaccinated fully before we'll let you fly. You can picture how those kind of scenarios are going to hit with a lot of people. So, I don't know. But I think we still have some more issues to be dealt with down the road, and this isn't going to be something, it's going to get less as the year goes on, but there's still going to be a huge segment of the population that isn't vaccinated and hasn't had it, so they're going to be at a point where they could potentially create a new variant. We'll probably be getting boosters for God only knows how long. Yep, there's still patches of snow up on the mountain. What is it, May 8th? I'm sure there's probably people going up there and skiing those little patches too. Okay, this is my first experiment with the cold brew and hops. So there is 160 grams of coffee, 15 grams of hops, and 167 milliliters of water. So now we'll wait and see what it does. I don't know what it's going to taste like. I mean, it's going to be different. So now is going to be, is it a good different, bad different? Does it need to be changed? Is it a different coffee? Lots of experimenting on this one.